What does the Stevens report have to say about neighbourhood policing, and what's your personal perspective on this issue?
Well, I think it's true to say that the public don't engage with the police at a police force level. The public engage with the police at a local level, whether it's in their ward, in their village or their town. And neighbourhood policing has developed over the last 15 to 20 years and is regarded really as the bedrock, the very foundation of policing in this country. It builds local trust because it involves engagement with local people. It actually reassures the public. It contributes to social cohesion. It results in members of the public willing to confide in the police and share information with them, which is vital for what we call intelligence. We know that neighbourhood policing does actually increase public satisfaction with the police, and we think that it reinforces what we call police legitimacy. It goes back to one of the founding principles of the police that Robert Peel laid down many years ago, that the police are the public and the public are the police. But there is a problem with neighbourhood policing because it is under threat. There have been many cuts in terms of frontline police officers. At least 10,000 have been lost, including 300 neighbourhood officers. And there's a real danger in cutting back on these officers, that policing as a service is reverting to what we call the reactive model of policing, where the police are seen as crime fighters rather than problem solvers. If you think about it, local community policing is not about speedy presence at a crime scene. It's not about swooping into communities reactively, because this can actually cause resentment, and the local communities can see the police as a force of occupation rather than as partners. And we believe that in the Commission that police officers should work with communities and understand those communities and be far more than reactive crime fighters, but be proactive to work with these communities in preventing crime. Because we know that prevention is much better than cure. And so what the Stevens Commission is recommending is the introduction of a local policing commitment where each area, each neighbourhood gets a guaranteed minimum level of policing, guaranteed response times. Every crime is investigated, and if those crimes are not investigated, then victims of crime are told why they're not investigated. Everybody, witnesses, victims and offenders, are treated with dignity and respect. I think that neighbourhood policing is very important, and Lord Stevens emphasised this because policing is a public service and it's not restricted or concerned primarily with enforcing the law. The police have a social purpose. They're not just crime fighters. And what Stevens has said, and what we all agreed, was that this social purpose should actually be enshrined in law. It should actually be stated that police should be engaging with communities, be accessible to local communities, and should collaborate with partners to prevent crime, building on the successes of the Crime and Disorder Act of 1996, which actually saw the introduction of community safety as an area that policing were involved with. So we need to actually protect and make sure that neighbourhood policing isn't lost.
The University of Huddersfield, inspiring tomorrow's professionals.